Resentment. How much resentment do you carry? Have you ever taken the time to consider how much resentment you actually do carry and how it's impacting you on a daily basis? Or do you come from the opinion that I resent stuff, I just store it down there and it won't matter? Hello, I'm Caterina Smillie and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. I wanted to cover the topic of resentment. How does resentment impact us? How do we identify how much resentment we carry? And then what can we do to shift that resentment? And just as a side note, do you know how carrying that resentment actually impacts you emotionally and mentally on a daily basis? Resentment is a very, very powerful emotion to hold. And what I mean by powerful, it's amazing how it will impact us on a daily basis. It's almost the equivalent of guilt. Guilt holds great power over us when we hold it. It really does sit down deep and can flow into every area of our life, much like resentment for something that you've experienced when you were younger, resentment that you didn't get a job, resentment towards a particular person. So what are you holding resentment for? Do you have the clarity about that? Do you actually know how much resentment you've got in the bucket? Today, I want to offer you a couple of tangible tools so you can really begin to identify what resentment you carry, why you're carrying the resentment, and then you can consciously choose whether you're ready to get rid of it. In order to heal, we must really want to heal. So we want to heal from the guilt, we want to heal from the resentment. Yeah? Because ask yourself, how is holding that resentment serving you on a daily basis? To resent is very powerful. Yeah? And how is that impacting? So 2 tools. Firstly, take some time, and of course it goes inward. So it's a tangible tool, but it takes you going inward to identify, right? Take some time and really sit with yourself and see whether it's a person, a circumstance, an event, an experience comes into your thoughts. What are you feeling about that particular person or situation? Is there resentment? Is there blame? Yeah? So resentment in essence is attached to blame. We're blaming that person. So we resent that because of that. We resent them because if you hadn't met them, you didn't know them, I'm getting guided to go to a person, you feel your life would be different. So in essence, it's connected with blame. Ask yourself, how is that serving you? To blame someone does not get you to move forward, nor does it get you to heal and release that trauma. I'm just going to go to trauma. What matters most is that you go, you know what, I'm going to take my power back and I'm not going to allow that resentment to hold me back. So journaling over the experiences, writing stuff down that you feel you carry resentment for, whether it be a person or an experience, write it all down. It's so important because then it's logical, right? It's out of you. You can read it and write that everything that you feel resentment for, write it down. Now we've got it out of you. Brilliant. Now I want you to go through each thing. Any that is related to a person, while you hold resentment, they hold your power. Because that person still impacts you every day while you hold resentment against them. They will come into your thoughts. They will be triggered by certain situations, circumstances, doesn't matter. How does that serve you? How does that impact your life, yourself, your emotional balance, your mindset balance? Do you want to keep allowing that person to impact you for the rest of your life? So you have a choice. Are you choosing to hold resentment, or from today moving forward, you're really going to work towards releasing it. Now, once you've identified everything on that list, ask yourself, what are you willing to heal? What are you willing to get rid of? What are you willing to go, you know what? I cannot change what's happened. Cannot change the past. What I can do is how the past impacts me in my future. Yeah? So how bad do you want it? How bad do you want your future? Do you want to keep holding on to the resentment because it serves you, right? Or are you willing to work through it and go, you know what, I'm letting go of this resentment because moving forward, I don't want that resentment to hold me back from achieving wherever it is I'm headed. How is that achieving you? How is it achieving if you're in a relationship? How is it flowing through to the relationship? Because it impacts you, right? So what version of you do you bring to the relationship due to the resentment that you still carry? Resentment and guilt and blame flows through to every other area of our life because it impacts us first and foremost. So we don't bring the best version of us, whether it be to work, the relationship, to your life, due to you carrying those particular things. If we cannot change a past situation, why do we want to keep dragging all of the emotional attachments to that event, to that situation, to that person? Yeah, you can carry it if you choose, but don't be a hypocrite. Don't say you want to have an amazing life, yet you're not consciously choosing to heal and release all the blame, the resentment, the guilt. Now, I respect that some of you are not aware of this, that you're not aware of all the emotional baggage, that's attached to things you've experienced in your past. But why those emotions still impact you today, you're bringing all of that past into your current day and maybe in your future. Is that what you really want? Pretty sure you don't. So when you have conscious awareness and when you choose and you go, you know what? I cannot change what's happened. Am I willing to allow that person, that situation, that circumstance, that event still impact me today? Do I want to drag that through my whole life and even into my future? I hope for you, your answer is no. And that from today moving forward, you go, you know what? I am absolutely going to do that list. I'm going to do that list not only for resentment, I'm going to do it for guilt, I'm going to do it for blame. What am I blaming as to why I am where I am in my life today? Because how is that going to impact my future? Sometimes we're not even aware that we're being a hypocrite. And it's a hypocrite to self, okay? When we say, oh yeah, I want to get better. Yeah, I want to really work on myself. Yet, we're not prepared to heal and release all the guilt, the resentment, the blame towards others and other situations that we've endured. If you're still blaming, you're still holding guilt, and you're still holding resentment, guess what? If you're saying to others you want to live an amazing life and I'm working on myself, if you're not willing to work on all of that and heal and release it, sorry, but that's being a hypocrite. And I am absolutely respectful that from as of right now, you may not have even known that. You don't know what you don't know. I'm only offering a different perspective that you may not have looked at. Now, I want to be very clear. I am not calling you a hypocrite. What I am sharing with you is the behavior is hypocritical. To say to self or to others, yeah, I want to work on me, I want to heal, I want to live my best life. And in the other hand, you're going, I'm not prepared to let go of that guilt. I'm not prepared to let go of that resentment, and I am not prepared to stop blaming. That is hypocritical behavior. There is a conflict within self. One hand is saying you want to really work on self and heal. The other you're saying, yeah, but I don't want to let all that go. And that is what's holding you down. That is what's holding you back. And you may not have been aware of that. So I hope that I have given you something that you didn't know. I've offered just a different perspective. I hope that you've gained something little today about resentment and how that is so toxic to our body, and how holding resentment can absolutely holding you back from becoming the best version of you. 2 tools. Identify all the things that you hold resentment over. Then ask yourself right next to them, are you willing to let that go? Then go about healing and releasing it. 3 tools. They're all tangible tools that you can do. Because while you hold that resentment, it holds you back from moving forward. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, as I respect your time is valuable. So thank you. Remember, you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you every day, no matter what. No excuses. Just do. Yeah? I hope that you got value out of today's video, and please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Coach Kat's message. So take care of you and really focus on becoming the best version of you, because you are your most valuable asset. Take care.